The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions, and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
Tax the rich, feed the poor, till there are no rich no more.
Welcome to Pod Talk, everyone. I'm Paul Daniels. We're here with our producer, Mr. Jimy Bell.
Yo.
And our sound effects guy on Friday, but our pundit on Thursday, Mr. Jeremy Gibbs.
Yo.
How's that?
Good enough.
Great.
That was my first
It
introduction.
sounded like you almost forgot your own name.
I did.
Do I want to go by my real
He said,
name that my grandfather gave me, or do I want to go by Daniel?
Hey, at least I said Pod Talk and not All In.
All in pot talk.
Jesus Christ. All right.
This is starting off good
Yeah,
already.
all right, who wants to start this fucking disaster off?
And I'll start with North Korea and how they were trying to back out of doing the meeting because of the joint military exercise between South Korea and the U.S.
Yeah, he's just posturing. He just wants to look like the
and he's stomping his feet, saying, "No, I want this. I gave you that. I want this."
Yeah, he knows he has no choice. He's going to do it.
Because Trump's saying, "No, we're going to keep doing them anyways." If he gave in, that's a sign of weakness.
Right. Well, Trump can't really give in.
He ain't.
So his alternative is do it or return the screws.
He's still going on with the exercises. You know what I mean? He's not even cutting it out.
That I might have said, hey, you know what, how about we postpone it until after the meeting? We're going to still have it.
No, because he's telling them going full-fledged until the meeting's over.
I kind of agree with that because any sign of weakness.
Yeah, exactly. It's negotiating. Now, he's the negotiator. I'll let him negotiate. See how he goes.
Well, Kim Jong-un has no negotiating power because if he doesn't come to the table, his economy's only going to get worse anyway.
Right.
Yeah,
that's why he's willing to come to the table because of it.
Well, yeah, because they're literally about to tank his people. We're starving. The government's running out of money. The only people that are backing him up right now or even remotely trying to help him is China.
Yep.
Yeah, well, no.
Trying to smarten them up.
Yeah. Iran's still on their side. Believe me, they are, because they want some of that nuclear material that they're going to get rid of.
They want the ballistic missile. No, they already got the ballistic missile.
Yeah, they want the processed uranium.
Yeah. You know the sidetracked.
Processed uranium. That's what they're doing with Iran, or that's what Obama did with Iran. They sent unrefined uranium to Russia under the Uranium One deal, and then Russia sent refined uranium to Iran. They basically, it's like laundering money. They went through the middleman to get it to Iran.
Yep. They said Russia got it as uranium, and it got sent out as plutonium.
Yep.
I mean, it could it be any exactly. Can it be any more obvious of the fucking treachery of the Clintons? I mean, for fuck's sake.
Well, Obama helped that along, so it wasn't just her.
No, I know, but we don't have to deal with Obama anymore. He's fucking gone.
No, he's still got high crimes and treason.
Hillary's the fucking...
Well, yes, so is John Kerry.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And he is from the state I grew up in, Massachusetts.
He's a piece of shit. I remember...
What a fucking...
All the vets went for him because he was for Vietnam here. Then he found out he was nothing but a piece of shit. He went into a village and killed all the women and children. And, he's just a piece of shit.
He's he's whatever you want about.
No, and then he complained about, well, you don't know all our friends that all died, but they're traps, the bungee sticks. So that gave him credence to go and kill women and children.
No.
Well, they bring up John McCain being a war hero and how they want the White House to apologize because I can't remember the lady's name, said that he was dying anyway. Who cares?
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
it was
nobody
all
fucking cares
over
if he
the
dies
news.
because he's a traitor.
He is a traitor.
Yes.
There's a reason I call him
Songbird.
Singing John McCain.
Songbird McCain. Me and Jimmy did a whole show on it.
Yeah, we did an hour of him on the, what was the name of that
He's not a
show?
war hero. He's a goddamn fucking traitor and deserves to die. He should be
on our show.
No, that was
and,
the ship's name.
Oh, the
he should be
USS
sent to the electric chair in the
Forrestal,
gas chamber.
when he
or even
blew
the
up
gallows.
He set up a rocket.
Yeah, you heard about
that was the
USS
Forrestal or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He
Killed
killed
134
sailors.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because he was playing games.
Hey, nothing happened. He didn't even get a slap in the wrist.
Because his father was the commander of the Pacific Fleet.
Yeah.
He was an admiral.
There's a USS, what's his name?
Well, it doesn't pay to be an
McCain.
admiral of the Pacific
Yeah, but it's
Fleet.
not for John McCain. It's for his father.
I mean, you stole what happened to, who was it, Chester Nimitz during World War II? How they blamed Pearl Harbor on him.
Why'd they blame it on him?
He was easy patsy.
Yeah, well, he redeemed himself. Nimitz was fucking great. And you know who else was? Fucking Bull Halsey.
Yep.
That guy he just liked to fight.
Is that Admiral Halsey?
Well, he was an admiral, yeah. He was one of the commanders
Is that
of
the one that Billy Shepard sings about?
What?
Admiral Halsey? Uncle Albert?
Uncle Albert.
Yeah, that's
Right,
on
maybe
there,
it
but
is.
it's also Admiral Halsey.
Oh, okay. But yeah, he was a great fighter. Do you know who I couldn't stand? Was fucking what's his name? MacArthur.
He was an
arrogant prick.
Arrogant
That smoked
piece
out of the
shit.
cheapest pipe you could find, which is a corn cob.
He wanted to take every island in the Pacific that the Japanese held, and Nimitz is like, no, we'll bypass islands, cut them off,
Right.
and they'll stop. And he's like, no, I'm going to go to the president and give him my plan. And fucking Nimitz said, go ahead. You're riding on my ships.
Yeah, you ain't going anywhere.
Fucking
Not
grab
real
a canoe
fast.
and paddle to Guadalcanal.
Exactly. Yeah, you would make sense.
Plus-
They're all small islands.
Plus, that fucking douchebag, he fled the Philippines with his wife and family, and all them fucking soldiers got fucking taken on the Bataan Death March.
Right.
Well,
That's
he's
what I was going to say. The
fucking
Death
sipping
March.
champagne and eating caviar. What a cunt.
What was his excuse? Oh, he said cunt on the air. Bleep,
Yeah.
bleep, where's the bleep, bleep?
Yeah, well, we have a sound effects guy. I don't know where he is today.
Yeah, I know, but you don't need the C word. He's definitely a douchebag, put it that way.
I shall return. Yeah, when it's totally safe. Patton didn't do
There
that
you go.
shit.
I
Thank
finally
you.
found it.
Patton didn't do that shit. Patton
No.
was right in the thick of it.
Wasn't it Patton that liked to slap the shit out of his soldiers?
Yes. Every once in a while, somebody, you got to make an example.
Yeah.
He,
Step out of line, you got to put them back in. Otherwise, you don't make face.
Didn't he get discharged like twice for doing that or something?
He was relieved of his command at one point.
Well, because he slapped a soldier? I mean, shit.
Well, FDR didn't like him
Now, what if
anyways.
they switched over and they put Patton in the Pacific and fucking MacArthur in the Europe? You know what I mean? How would it have went if that was the case?
That would have been very different because Patton was trained to fight in the European theater. That's his was his forte.
Yeah, on land.
Yeah, MacArthur was because he was in the Philippines. I mean, that's
Are
where
we
he
taking
was.
calls?
That's a good point. Are we taking calls, Jimmy?
Why, is somebody calling you?
No, he's going to ask him, do you want to give out the number?
Oh, we can give out the number.
Give
The
it out.
number is it 800?
Yes, Jimmy, it's
All right, 1-800-508-5431.
Call in, name, state, question, in that order, please. None of this, oh yeah, well, I was just talking about a friend. Just get to the point. That's all I'm asking. If anyone calls in, which I hope they don't, shut the fucking door.
It's gotta be him.
Shut the door.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
Oh, you got the shit on too. Alright. I got it.
You got that, Jimmy?
Technical difficulties there.
No, yeah, neighborhood difficulties. This fucking shithole. I wish a fucking volcano would pop up there.
She knows we're on air. That's what gets me. Alright, because the son just told her.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, they don't care.
Now, what the hell was the original subject? Oh, Kim Jong-un.
North Korea.
Yeah. Somehow actually we did end up in the Pacific, so it wasn't like we went too far off the base.
Right.
Yeah, we just strayed a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. All right.
It came back to Guadalcanal.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least it was still politics and not something else.
Yeah.
True. We could call a gynecologist if you'd like.
Yeah.
It's still open out in California.
My gynecologist is 24/7.
My cunt?
Yeah. Hey, can you take a look at this? Oh my God! No, I can't.
What the hell is that smell?
Wow.
What's your major malfunction?
Yeah. What's your
What
advice?
is your major malfunction, numbnuts?
What's your advice? Kill yourself.
Oh,
You
God.
need help?
Do the world a favor. Yeah, call Dr. Kevorkian. I'm done.
Yeah, Kevorkian. Isn't that funny how he was, wasn't he imprisoned for assisting suicide? And
No,
now
they kept threatening him with it. I don't think he ever did go.
And now assisted suicide is legal in a lot of
Yeah,
states.
isn't that retarded? If
After
the government, when they
putting him through all
force
that.
coming down on you, that's their only threat, is
What
putting
is
you in
suicide?
jail.
I never
You know what I
got
mean?
why-
That's their only threat. We're going to put you in jail.
I don't get why
Yeah.
suicide is illegal.
I don't know if
It
it's
ain't,
New
and it
Hampshire
shouldn't
or
be.
not.
Anybody
but
that wants
I,
to kill themselves should. Especially in
think-
this crowded world.
I think it may be New Hampshire that one of the major health carriers, I believe, in that area, their recommendation for cancer patients is because they won't cover medication anymore. One of the recommendations is assisted suicide.
Yes. I'm going to apply for that job. I want to be the next Jack
Well, look at the
Kevorkian.
drug companies are charging for the cocktail. It's outrageous.
Well, yeah, but what if you have a survivable cancer, a cancer that you can actually survive well into your...
Right, but you got to pay $100,000 a month?
what I'm
Are you
saying
going to
is
make
it's
the
take
taxpayers
medication-
pay $100,000 a month?
Well, you take medication or you have a surgery, and basically you're going to live well into your 80s after all this, but the insurance company won't cover it. They'd rather you kill yourself than spend $100,000 or have a surgery and then never have to spend another dime after that.
Oh, if that was the case,
Because it's
there'd
cheaper.
be a suicide after several homicides. And then I'd blow my own brains out. You know what? I'm going to take your advice, but I'm going to fucking send you to hell first.
They're out here
You
taking people
cocksucker.
who have operable cancers that could be fixed with these operations and telling them that they're not going to cover it. Kill yourself.
I'd say, well, you first. I'll
Exactly,
find
yeah.
you. I will find you. I now have nothing left to lose.
There'd be a
I will
big.
find
They
you.
won't be going to high schools fucking unloading. They'll be going to hospitals and unloading.
No, go to an insurance company and unload.
Then it's the same thing with the health insurance. Again, it's like the EpiPens or whatever.
Yeah.
Just a few years ago, those things were like 20.
Like I said,
or
everybody
30
wants to
bucks,
be a
and now
Bill
they're
Gates
$400
in one
$500
product.
bucks.
Everybody.
Yeah, and now how much they cost?
I should be
It's
a
about
bill.
$400
I mean, a
bucks.
trillionaire because I
Some
come up
places,
with
some
this.
of them was higher than that.
Yeah, and they sit there with they get called in front of Congress, and they got these smug looks on their faces,
Sitting on a fucking pillow.
and you know what? And they get questioned, and they know nothing's going to happen to them because Congress is impudent. And
It is now between $300 and $600 for an EpiPen 2-pack.
Isn't that fucking lovely?
When you used to be able to get one for like
No, he
15,
did
20
tons.
bucks.
They put him away.
Yeah, the little bastard there.
Yeah, the one that snickered and played in the fifth. Real fucking piece of shit. They put him away.
Yeah, that was for something completely different.
No, it was for the same thing, but it wasn't much time. I don't know. I think it was like 5-7 years.
Now, what's even funnier is you can go to one of these alternative like places where they sell medical supplies and stuff at lower cost, and you can get what is known as an ever-ready EpiPen for like $14.
What, a different company?
Yeah, Medex Supply or something like that.
Well, you know what it is they got 10 years on that patent, and after that, they open it up to everybody, and that's where you get your generic brand. Those are the people that have to give up their patent right.
Yeah.
So, like I said, that made it so people couldn't keep the technology away from the public.
Yeah, well, that's what they're still trying to do. They're trying to keep that shit from happening so they can keep the cost.
Yeah, you
there.
think that the oil companies didn't know about algae back in the 60s? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, they knew. They just didn't
That's
care.
what I'm saying. That people were saying there was a plot of conspiracy that they did. They didn't. It was algae.
Uh-oh. I heard a beer open up.
That was
me.
That wasn't vodka open up.
Oh, that'll be next.
You
I don't drink
pansy.
vodka out of a can.
I'm trying to pace myself here.
Let's go, because we got another 40 minutes.
Thank you.
All right, you
I
got any
couldn't
topics,
speak.
Jeremy? That was my one and only, was North Korea.
And I did nothing on research, so.
Good Lord, you should be kicked off the show for that.
You
Exactly.
know what? I kicked myself off the show on Tuesday.
On Fridays, we're looking to talk political. On Thursdays, we're looking to talk anything. So we got to get back to political.
Oh, it's Thursdays is political, Friday is anything.
Yeah, I know it.
Anything but
Backwards.
political. Yeah.
You folks listening tomorrow night on All In, we got a special broadcast. We have Donald Listman. I believe he called himself Dwayne in one of the calls. Makes a couple of phone calls to gynecologist and the Planned Parenthood.
Oh, this should be delightful.
And he talks to him about his sexual problem. So I'll leave it at that.
Donald has a sexual problem?
Yes, he does.
Who would have ever
He's
fucking
had at
guessed?
least 2 women complain.
All right. This is a political show, not a sex ed show.
That's just a tease for tomorrow night.
Yeah. It's called a plug.
Oh, well, since Donald's not here to shamelessly plug his show, you got to do it for him.
Yeah, he was supposed to come on tonight. He blew us off.
Yeah, he
Okay,
did
let's-
kind of at the last minute, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, I didn't
Fuck
blow him
yeah.
off. You
That
did. You blew him off
Donald's an
Tuesday.
asshole.
Well, no, after
Yes,
you came back.
that
and
bald
walked out.
son of a bitch.
Poor Donald.
I know, he's a good
Anyway,
man.
Who
let's
said
try to
the
get-
watermelon?
Do you know what? Let's open up another subject.
George Pell.
No.
We'll say the what I had a saying for this earlier today. This is like a movie reference. Oh, the priest who shagged me.
Priest who shagged me?
Yes. This
You
guy.
talking about the Pope?
No, he's a cardinal from Australia, believe it or not, and he is on trial for sex abuse. And mind you, this is currently going on, and he's on trial for hundreds of offenses,
Oh,
and
boy.
you're not hearing a thing about it in the media.
No, you're not. So,
I haven't
reason-
heard anything about it.
The reason
But
for
then-
this
well, that's
is-
because the media is all for the Pope because he hates Trump. So now they're all behind him, hiding it.
Well, yeah, that's part of it, but the reason for this is he's also being investigated because he is the ringleader of a child sex ring.
Ah,
And he's also been, it's rumored that he brings these guys in for the Catholics, in the Vatican City. I'm not saying that all these guys in Vatican do this. Some of them use it to gain favors, political favors, money, power, whatever it is they're looking for. But he's responsible for bringing these children into these guys.
I wonder if Billy Clinton ever showed up at there, because I guarantee you.
Literally on trial for his life right now in Melbourne, Australia.
I hope they hang the cocksucker.
And they likely will, which is why it's silent, because the Vatican doesn't need all this negative publicity.
Right, and the media are behind them. I'm surprised the right-wing Drudge Report, nobody else is on this.
When in the last 20 years has the Vatican gotten any good publicity?
Right.
You know what I mean? They don't deserve it.
They thought good publicity was being a Spanish Pope.
Their biggest fear is that when all this shit hits the fan from this guy going to prison, and he's going to go at some point, that it's going to come out all the cardinals and stuff that are in the Vatican City, those that are under the Pope or with the Pope, are involved in this.
Yeah, it goes to the highest. It goes right to the top.
It's going to be a huge, huge bombshell, and that's why they're trying to keep everything quiet. And it wouldn't surprise me if this man turned up dead before he was convicted.
It wouldn't surprise me a bit, yeah, because the Vatican they are evil.
Yeah.
They have no problem with icing somebody if it's going to tarnish their... And they have no reputation to uphold.
The Pope
they put in a liberal. You know what I mean? That's what happened in there. You know what I mean? Pope John Paul was a conservative. Yeah. So now they got a liberal in there and calling Trump's an asshole. He ain't a fucking Catholic. Well, he ain't this. He ain't that.
Trump isn't a Catholic.
No, I know. He's a
Protestant.
The same goddamn Bible, though. It makes no sense.
You know them heathen Protestants?
Well, that's what I mean. That's his own fucking cross to bear.
Rome has always hated Protestants.
Yeah, because they broke away.
During the days of... Yes, exactly.
That's from Henry VIII.
Henry VIII. As soon when he passed away and his daughter took over the throne, at least temporarily, she was having Protestants slaughtered by the hundreds.
Well,
yeah,
that's how she earned the nickname Bloody Mary because of that. I mean, she was having them killed by the hundreds.
Yeah, it was Martin Luther that started the Reformation.
He was from Germany, wasn't it?
Yes, I believe he was German. Kind of ironic, huh?
A big German-English connection.
Germany and England have always...
that's why the Beatles were big in Germany when they did it before they were big in America. They were touring Germany.
The English royal family, they're German. They're German descent. Their name wasn't Windsor.
Oh, so the British didn't win back when
they changed
when
their
the
name.
Vikings came in?
I believe they changed their name from like the Habsburgs or whatever to an English name during World War I.
Let's look that up. I believe you're actually correct on that. It may even list that in the line of succession, believe it or not.
Because they tried to think of a really English-sounding name, Windsor. You know what I mean? And that's what they went with.
That's where they're getting married.
All the royalty.
Saturday.
The royalty in Italy, Germany, England, France, it was all German. Because they could only interbreed with other royalty. Why do you think they're always sickly and fucking malformed looking? Not so much now because they breed out. But back in the old days, royalty had to marry royalty.
Even if they were related?
If they were related, yep. Why do you think the Tsars all were hemophiliacs?
Right.
They get a paper cut and they just bleed out.
Yeah. Okie dokie. I believe it was King Edward who died in 1553. I'm trying to think. Okay, let's see. Edward. No, that's the wrong Edward. But there was an Edward in 1553. Edward the Sixth, maybe. Yeah, Edward the Sixth. He died in 1553. And then Mary, well, the day of her death was 1558.
At the ripe old age of 22.
I believe so.
All right, we're going to take another break here, about 2.5 minutes. We'll be back, folks. Yes, we're back.
All right, you got to plug me in, Jimmy.
Chirp, chirp.
Okay,
chirp,
now we
chirp.
After a short
because we were bombing, we really crashed. And we bombed, then crashed.
Crashed and burned.
Yeah, we did. It wasn't a very good show. Sorry, folks.
Yeah, it happens.
That's what happened when Queen Bee doesn't show up.
Jeremy, seeing how we have very little time left, and you said your 2 subjects they'd go quickly, open one up.
Well, I've done took them down.
So you don't have many more? You thought we were done for the night?
Well, I have them. I can do them from memory, I guess. Well, I thought we were done for the night because of the crash, so I just took everything down and started.
It took me a while to get up everything. I had to recover the project, everything.
Oh, that's not professional.
Well, that sucks.
That's all right.
Yeah, who the hell's our producer? He needs to be fired.
He needs a better computer.
Yeah, what? You need a better second.
I'll
Right, I need
mine
one
for $100 an
that'll
hour.
handle this.
Yeah, Jeremy can produce the show from here on in. see how he likes dealing with everyone.
Anyway, subject one here, Robert Mueller cannot indict the president. It is apparently, I don't know if it's constitutional or federal law, but you cannot indict a
Not while he's in.
president.
You can hold
He
off
has to
the
be
charges
removed from
until
office.
he's done doing his duty, and then you can refile.
So why even bother? Why is this happening?
I know, because they think they're going to impeach him now. No, now they're looking to impeach him after he's president.
Jesus Christ. They really are rabid about getting this man.
Yes. Thank God. The guy's, the fucking guy.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
He's clean. And they can't get him on
that's
anything.
the thing that drives
And
them
they've tried.
insane.
Like I said, you're not going to find another candidate like this.
No,
This clean. Never.
Yeah, because they were all saying, no matter what happens, even if he gets elected, we'll get him out.
Well,
His
we'll find dirt on
addiction
him.
is sex.
Yeah.
All right, and then he pays for it constantly.
Yeah.
All right, and now he's just paying another price.
Well,
for
that's
it.
been no big secret throughout his entire life. I mean,
Right.
it's been
The
a
guy
scandal
likes
of
sex.
his since before he was a politician.
Right.
That doesn't. I mean,
Everybody's got a crutch or a vice or something. Everybody.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be living.
If you're looking for the perfect person or politician or mentor,
Yeah, you have to be
anything.
a priest that didn't fucking
you're
screw
gonna be,
kids.
yeah, you're going to be sorely disappointed. We all have vices.
Well,
all of us. Well, except for Les. Les don't have any vices. He's very godly. Anything? Nothing.
my Lord, poor Les. You don't hear from him anymore, do you? Except on his show, right?
I you know what? I do. I like Les. He's a good guy.
He is.
Yeah. Okay. That's waiting for Jeremy to say something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yay.
Anything else you want to say about Les?
No, I was just saying
You
that.
brought the whole show down.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I was trying to
thanks
make a
a lot.
joke. Yeah, you
We
all
tried making a joke then.
Yeah, well, wasn't my best joke.
All right, now I'm going to put you on. Make it funny. Make me laugh
you.
funny, man.
Yeah, I'm not. Look, I need people to fucking come with a joke with me. I put the joke out
As
there.
soon as you say make
for
it funny, he starts stuttering.
Yeah, but there was nothing to
He's
joke
got
about
nothing.
Les. Like I said, I don't know where you were going with that.
Oh,
You know
we
what
were
I mean?
talking about.
I mean, I could see Donald or something.
I was talking
I
about
don't
like
see
everyone's
Les.
got a vice. All of us do, except for Les, because he's a man of God.
Donald likes gynecologist.
And that's a joke. That's a joke.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. That's
Oh, for fuck's
You
sake!
guys like Gertrude.
No,
Billy Bob.
Jimmy does, not me. That's not
well,
me.
Dave sent me a photo of this huge woman with her belly flopping over two knees.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Here's Gertrude for you. I'm that Gertie, honey.
do you know what would have been great if there was a pair of fucking vice grips sticking out of her twat?
I wouldn't have ran out of places to find a fucker if I was doing 13 hours of coke with her.
I don't.
But she
I don't
gives great helmet.
That's fucking great. Do you know what the best part is? This is going to go on forever. I mean, forever. Fucking Billy Bob is the best thing that ever happened to our show. I love him. He's
Yeah,
a great
that's
guy.
sad.
I know. I know. My favorite person in the world's a fictional character.
And the other guy's favorite thing in the world is sticking his dick in fictitious holes.
Yes, I know exactly. Living in a world of illusion.
That says a lot about your lives, fellas, so let me tell you.
Joe Walsh.
Fucking, it could be worse.
Living the life of a...
Who you calling ugly, sucker?
Fucking A. Donald, I'm calling Donald ugly. He didn't show up tonight. I can't fucking believe it.
Yeah, I know. Let us down.
Donald never misses airtime, ever. If there's a chance to plug his show or
I told you, he's probably listening, but I think something's bothering him, and he's not willing to admit it.
I hope.
Is this because you walked off Tuesday night?
It could be.
I told you to stick around and say goodbye.
I was not feeling well.
No, I know, but I told you to say at least say goodbye. You were ready to get up and walk out.
I think I did. I think I just got up and walked out. I was not feeling well. I mean, I'm pretty diehard. I always show up to my shows.
I kicked myself off. Hit the power switch on my damn surge protector, shut everything off. I was madder than hell.
Oh yeah,
Well, by the time I get this booted back up, the show will be over.
We were talking about that too. It's like, did we piss Jeremy off? And I'm like, I hope not, because I know Donald fucking does not like the sound effects, which makes me like them more. But I didn't. I was like, oh shit, he just left the show. The fuck? But it was a technical difficulty, which I understand. We just had one.
Yeah, it was definitely a technical difficulty.
Internet radio is
I really
hit or
need
miss.
that. I got a box covering the switch now.
Internet radio is hit or miss. You know what I mean? When it comes to broadcasting, you never know what's going to happen, which is kind of the fun of it, in a way. Right, Jim?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I mean, it makes for interesting shit.
Unexpected.
Yeah. Yeah, if everything went in a perfect line, it would be boring.
I didn't do 8 years in college to be a fucking TV show host, you know what I mean?
You did 8 years in college?
No, I said I didn't do the 8 years in college to be a TV
I was
host.
going to say, fucking 8 years in college, and you're here?
You gotta go to college to host a TV show?
Yeah, using my neighbor's computer because I can't afford one.
Oh, that's fucking great. We are pathetic with a
This is
ragtag.
high-end equipment here, by God.
Yeah, Well, Jeremy wouldn't understand because he's got the best equipment money can buy. He's got a 50-inch TV.
Well, you know, the funny thing is this computer's almost a $3,000 computer, and the only time I turn it on is to do the show on Thursdays and Fridays.
I know. Same here. My wife bought me this fucking computer, right? She's like, state of the art and shit. And I would sit there. It would sit on my fucking shelf, and I'm on my phone. She's like, why don't you use a computer? It's like, because it's faster on my phone.
No, you don't use them during the summertime when it gets really hot, because that'll blow your fucking what's that thing?
The CPU.
The CPU, yeah, that'll blow that up. So, but other than that, shut it off in the summer and keep it on all winter.
Air conditioner for the
fall through spring.
I've got an air conditioning system for the case and a water cooler for the CPU.
Oh, is that why it costs so much?
No matter what.
Yep.
Actually, no. Those two components alone are only about $200. So.
Yeah, but it makes a difference.
Yeah, you're trying to save $3,000. $200 investment isn't bad.
No.
Like when I did the satellite with my brother, and we'd be putting it in these rooms where they had like their washer and dry, like hotels with their dryers and stuff. You could just feel the heat coming off them. It's like, you can't put it there. You got to air condition it. Oh, I'm not going to have air conditioning because they got to have it put in and cut a hole and stuff.
Cost thousands.
Yeah, it's like, dude, we just installed a $10,000 fucking system, and you're pissed off that you have to spend $1,000. Yeah, that you have to spend $1,000 to keep it cool, so so it won't fuck up. People are idiots.
We got about a minute.
Yeah. So, what do you want to talk about, Jim?
You got me.
Is there anything you'd like to plug, Jim?
Yeah, rectums. Okay. Rectum, I don't even know them. Oh, that's liquor. Liquor, I don't even know them.
Oh, this show is a fucking disaster.
Alright, go with the sound effects for the last minute. We got about 40 seconds.
Oh my god, I wish I was fucking dead.
I'm a log. This town needs an enema. Yes.
Right, Ryder.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Alright.
Fuck you, asshole.
Because I gotta go. I got the music playing.
That's it, Jim.
I was charming. I was lucky. Tell me how.